Alright, this is the first. This lighting is terrible. But you know what? You guys are just gonna have to deal with. Actually, there's one thing I could do. Yeah, that lighting looks better to me. Except I'm in a bunk bed, so. But it's decent lighting. That just looked way too bright for me. So. But anyway, the first is. Give me this camera. Anyway, this is the first episode of KORRA that was, for the hiatus. Only on digital. But you know what? There are some things that are good about this episode that kind of makes me glad it was on digital. Like, as you can see, this is not my usual recording area. That's because I'm at my lake house. And, well, there's only one TV at my lake house. And my dad and my sisters control it like heck. They're not going to let me watch Avatar: The Legend of Korra. So it being on digital helped me, actually, to get it out, get this review out sooner. But now, just General Starchild made a huge video about why KORRA should be on TV. So that's why I do think, and I agree with a lot of his points. So that's why I still think it should be on TV. Oh yeah, and just this last day of work here for the summer, so yeah, but I only got 1 week left of summer vacation, and I gotta go back to school. Yeah, I'll probably go back here next summer. It was actually really fun. If you live in the Birmingham area, please you should volunteer for the Birmingham Zoo. It's a really great experience, and it looks good on the resume. But you know what? Let's get to KORRA. We already starting with the awesome music, like Rise It Shows, episode 9, the stakeout. Dun 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 dun. Yes, just yes. Wanted posters. We have not seen wanted posters since what's it called? Book 2 of ATLA in the desert, which is actually where we are right now in the spring, and the what was it again? Something Oasis. I should have wrote it down. Spring Ponds Oasis, maybe. Yeah, I think it was Spring Ponds Oasis. All right. I am not being able to read my own writing. When I'm oh gosh, why did I write this about? I'm trying to think. I'm sorry guys, my memory's being terrible right now. You will see her again. This is pertaining to the Earth Queen. If of course, if I see that little queen I see, I have a feeling we're gonna see her again, considering the next episode is titled "Long Live the Queen." I think that's the next episode. Lane, I can try. Like, you can't control the Avatar's every move. I can try. I'm glad that she just said I can try instead of like just completely snapping at Lin and I mean at Sue and unforgiving her. Going back to like wishing Sue had never even existed. I'm just glad that happened. Like, in keeping her promise, how about let's say I don't show up here and trying to kill you. I might have actually already said this, but and then gone back to the Lynn thing, but you should have brought a clicker, Korra. You should have brought a clicker. You know, no treats. Hey, we train at the zoo. When we train animals, we usually have a clicker or the whistle. And they also mean good job. They don't always need to give food. They can just hear, and they know good job, or and they know good job. Normally the whistles are only with the sea lions and lions, so you can have both hands on. Clickers are more for like goats and parrots. Let's say hare. Lynn needs to be a writer. Like, he just immediately came up with his backstory. And I think some people might notice you, considering yellow is the most standout color there is. It really is, guys. Spirits. Love seeing the spirits everywhere, considering, you know, spirit portals have been open, so it's just nice to see the spirits. Weird piercing. Even the show mentioned how weird that piercing is. It's just, it kind of creeps me out too. But when, ugh, just why? Here's one of the things that was in the episode that I'm glad it's on digital. We've been made. No kids who are like watching Nickelodeon and came across this. Like, only people who like have stayed with the fandom for so long know what that means. Like, if a little 6-year-old was watching Legend of Korra and had Mako say, "We've been made," they would not know what that meant at all. And gosh darn it, Mako is smart. You know, making sure that they don't bust in on Aiwei's door. You know, keeping the element of surprise. That's really good. Nuktuk music and fans. I love how Nuktuk is still a thing. You know, how he's like, "Hey, look, Nuktuk poster." Then you're like, "Oh, we don't want to fight you. We're just want to meet Nuktuk." And then, you know, they brought out the poster, and the music starts, you know, dun 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 dun. The Nuktuk. I love the adventures of Nuktuk, hero of the South. And then, you know, the lady at the desk, your friend is a mover star? Well, why didn't you just say so? You can pick any room you want. Paisho. We have not seen Paisho in Korra yet. And yes, Paisho still exists. Wait, did we see it in book 1 with the White Lotus? We might have seen it in book 1 with the White Lotus. Ah, well. I saw me mentioning Asana's dad. Just book 1 references, really, because book 1 felt like it had the least to do with the series so far. Even though book 1 was still very good, except for the one episode that its only redeeming quality was Bora. You know, so. Now, like, you know, I was taught by my dad, you know, the evil genius. Like, alright then. Shin versus Evil Genius. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, yeah, I kinda figured Asami would win. And, I had said last time, watching Achievement Hunter would be hard. Watching neutral gaming in Korra is impossible. You will get totally distracted and will never be able to look away from neutral gaming. Mainly trying to advertise neutral gaming here, guys. But yeah, also with Achievement Hunter, kudos to Mogar, winning that Mega Tower, even though he only found 2 blocks and just murdered Gavin, Ray, and Jack for the other 3 blocks. He found the obsidian block and the second gold block. And that was Jeff teleported him up there, and then he just found it instantly. And I think he killed Gavin and Ray with a pickaxe. Oh well, at least it's not he didn't hear that rule. At least it's not like Ryan and Clouds. A to-do list, I love it. Oh, that's okay, Bolin. I'll put KORRA, you need to clarify these by show rules. Okay, I'll put that on the to-do list. After stopping this evil group and rebuilding the Air Nation. All right. Pablo, no! Bolin was going to win. My dogs have done. Yeah. My dogs have done that before, messed up the game, and sorry, I just should not mention that because you guys may have noticed a drop in the ATLA reviews. That is due to my mental state not being the best, and I sort of pull it up for these KORRA videos, but both I had 2 dogs. The first dog that we had, I got when I was 3 years old. The second one I got when I was 5 years old. So you can expect I've grown up with these dogs, and they've been a big part of my life. And recently, within the past 2 weeks, they both have died. So if you have had a pet die, you know that this is not the easiest thing to deal with. It's pretty much the same thing as having a family member die. So, yeah. A logbook. The reason that the whole thing about Mako having a logbook was just I have it in my logbook. He might have gone out when you're writing it down in your logbook. And what's next? On the thing. Flaw in my theory, but I can work around it. I can totally work around it. Now, Iway and Zahir were in the spirit world. But if harmonic convergence gave non-benders airbending, a few non-benders airbending. Do you know of any non-benders that didn't get airbending? No. We do not. All non-benders that we had known. Oh, never mind. Asami. Asami's not an airbender. What am I talking about? Duh. Yeah, Asami. If a few non-benders got airbending, why can't very wise people or people of high spirituality be able to cross into the spirit world due to harmonic convergence change happening? But before that, before harmonic convergence happened, only the Avatar and the Avatar's guide were able to cross into the spirit world. Boom, my theory is still alive. Jinora is a reincarnation of Iroh. Poor Iway, man. Fog of Lost Souls. You might get along well with Zhao, though. I am Zhao the Conqueror. I am the Moon Slayer. I will capture the Avatar. I just watched Darkness Falls and Light in the Dark. I love those episodes so much. Atticus, General, why do you guys hate him? Well, actually, I know why, but I just don't agree with you. But hey, that's alright. We all have different opinions. The Red Lotus. I think it's pretty cool that we're, like I said, and gosh darn it, they're justified. But I think it can still work. I think they can still work. And, but the Red Lotus, and the Red Lotus, talking about how the white, I think that's pretty cool, how they call themselves that. The White Lotus coming out. Yeah, I don't remember who, but someone mentioned this. And, yeah, I was a little iffy about it too when I first watched KORRA. But, you know what, that was Iroh's decision for the White Lotus to come out of hiding. That was Iroh's decision. I'm not questioning Iroh. No, not questioning him. Unalaq. Being, you know, a Red Lotus. That's, interesting. And then, you know, how he's already led them. Sorry, just... yeah. I just think that's really interesting stuff, so... Atticus totally called it. Atticus so called it that the Red Lotus wanted to take her, only wanted to capture her so they could raise her to do what they wanted her to do. Atticus so called it. Minghua and Ghazan are going out. My two favorites. The Armless Waterbender and the Lava Bender. Again, how can you not love a Waterbender? And Minghua is voiced by Great Lao, which just makes her that much cooler. Zahir does have a good point that the natural order is disorder. And chaos needs to happen. And that before a new world can start, the old has to be broken, must be destroyed. You can't just force this old world to become this new world. You have to break it down first and build it back up, like Bumi told Tenzin. Now, the reason why I'm not going to be agreeing with this is, think back to another show. Discord was reformed, which means this does not have to happen. Yeah. So, I mean, and the fact that Gul Lahima said that also makes me just think, what if he's right? You know, like, Amon, like, maybe these guys, maybe it's okay, maybe I'm gonna be okay if these guys are totally justified, like Amon, or Noah Talk. Can Ghazan earthbend? Because we've seen him only move rocks once. In a breath of fresh... was it breath of fresh air or rebirth? I think it was a breath of fresh air. When he got free, like he moved the rocks around, but then he immediately turned them into lava, so he could escape. But now, so what I'm wondering is, can Ghazan really even earthbend? Because we were led to believe that Ghazan had captured them. Like, you know, I had wrote this down. I was asking myself this question, and then we saw Korra and Asami get caught by the Earth Queen's forces. That's like, oh yeah, okay, then Ghazan can't earthbend. But then we learned that was the Earth Queen's forces. So it just made me think: can Ghazan just solely earthbend? I think he can, but I'm not so sure. And you know, Red Lotus, the last episode of this season. Episode 100 of Avatar: The Last Airbender is titled Rise of the Red Lotus. So I do think the story arc is going to transcend into Book 4. Lynn, I have a theory about what's happening next episode. Either they're going to break out by themselves, or Lynn's going to be the one to save them. Lynn better be the one to save them. You know, and that's the end. That's my thoughts in 20 minutes and 10 seconds. Alright, these are getting ridiculously long. These are getting as long as the episodes themselves.